Good morning, sir. This is my project 2 final report about suspension system for the class of System Dynamics and Controls MENG 4312 section 063. So we start with what is a suspension. So it is a system of tires, tire air springs, shock absorbers, and linkage that connects a vehicle to its wheel and allows relative motion between the two, as you can see in the picture. What's my purpose? My main objective is for the right quality and road handling. So the characteristics of suspension. First, we'll talk about the type of suspension. There are two main type of suspension systems in cars: the independent front wheel, which we'll discuss about in the project, the dependent front wheel, and we'll also discuss about the components in any of the suspension system, which will include the springs, the dampers, also known as shock absorbers, anti-sway bar, and maybe the type of springs and the type of dampers. So the functions of suspensions systems. The main function is that it supports the weight of the vehicle, including the passengers and the cargo. It provides a smooth ride, works with the steering system to keep the vehicle, the wheels aligned, prevents passengers and cargo from vibration and shock, keeps the tire in continuous and firm contact with the road, which is necessary because you don't want your car to spin over. So this is what happens when you ride in a car and you face a bump on the road. When your wheel hits a bump, it accelerates vertically, and then you need your wheel to accelerate horizontally. So the suspension brings back the wheel to the ground, to the road, for the ride to continue, or it helps as this acceleration, this vertical acceleration occurs. The spring in the suspension bounce up and down until this energy dissipate. This is how suspension looks in car. You can see the front wheel suspension with all its components, and then the back wheel. So this is my introduction. The vehicle suspension system is an important system to any vehicle, and is responsible for the driving and safety and comfort, which I mentioned earlier. It carries the vehicle's body and transmits all forces between the road and the body. Suspension is a term given to the system of spring, shock absorbers, linkage that connects the vehicle to its wheel. So, as I said earlier, you see the suspension system serve as dual purpose, contributing the car's road holding, handling, and braking for good active safety and driving pleasure, and keeping the vehicle occupants comfortable and reasonably well isolated from road noises, bumps, and vibration. So, the components of a suspension system, I said I'm going to mention. So, here we'll talk about the car suspension system is one major system of any vehicle. Like a vehicle have so much system, so the car suspension system is one of those, and it's a major system. It comprises of the most of the important parts beneath the car body, right? Or the car body, like most of the parts are the chassis, of the car. So the suspension system is made up of the chassis. Bottom of the car has a suspension system that supports weight, absorb and dampens shocks and helps maintain the tire contact as mentioned above. The frame, structural, load carrying components that support the car's engine and body, which are in turn supported by the suspension. The steering system, mechanism that enables the driver to guide and direct the wheel, and then tires and wheel components that make the vehicle motion possible of the grip and friction on the road. These are the major system in the car, and then the suspension system is one of them. And this picture you can see this is a damping system, and you have the dampers here. And as I was saying earlier, the car suspension system is made up of the springs, and then you have different kind of spring, coil spring, and then the next one is dampers. This is an example of a damper right here, an extension cycle, and then a compression cycle, as you can see in the picture. And these dampers help when the car has when the car goes to a bump, and then the springs uh, begins to bounce up and down. The dampers help to dissipate that energy real quick, so the passengers don't feel the bouncing of the car. And okay, these are now the type of suspension system. So you can see this is a dependent. This is the picture on the right is a dependent suspension system, front wheel suspension system. You see that the whatever affects the wheel on one side will affect the wheel on the other side. But on this picture on the left, this type of independent suspension system, whatever affects the wheel on the right side will not affect the wheel on the other side. So to conclude, this report, as you will see in the word file, was discussed precisely about the suspension system. This is just to make people that don't know about the suspension system to know their importance, what they are made for, and why they are made. And then you can have some optimization needed, and you have some PID diagrams and simulating techniques. The main function of the system is to protect the car from bouncing, making therefore making the ride more suitable and enjoyable for the riders and passengers. And the optimization for this project could be done using MATLAB or simulations, and then some analysis have to be considered: the vibration analysis, the damping coefficient, suspension stiffness, frequency of the spring, and finally the spring coefficient. All these things have to be considered to optimize the suspension system of a car. Thank you so much, and have a beautiful day.